St. John tells us in his gospel and in his letters that to love God is to keep the commandments. The keeping of the commandments is really a fundamental necessity for our Christian life. The commandments of God, the 10 Commandments, codified, as we know, written on stone, those tablets given to Moses, the commandments of God are also written on our hearts. Because we were made in the image and likeness of God, God has written into us a fundamental truth. We call that writing on our hearts the natural law. I have not come to do away with the law. I have come to do what? To fulfill the law, Jesus says. The law, the natural law, the law that essentially tells us it's wrong to lie, it's wrong to steal, it's wrong to commit adultery, that we should honor our parents, that we seek after God and worship God. That is written into us as human beings. It's undeniable. It's there. It can be clouded over by sin in a culture like ours. The natural law is, if you will, hidden under layers of lies that the culture tells, that Madison Avenue or the advertising machine of our culture tells us everything's okay. There's no right and wrong. Adultery's okay. Premarital, all that stuff, no big deal. That's a lie. How easily we fall into believing those lies. And very often, because we are religious beings. See, atheism is not natural to us as humans. We're going to come up with a God. This is what happened in the Old Testament. They came up with a God. They call him Baal, Baal, whatever. It's one of the chief rivals to Yahweh. And they were always, Israel and the nations around Israel are always competing about whose God is God. And what happens sometimes is we will invent a God for ourselves that tells us it's okay to break the natural law. We will invent a God for ourselves that says it's okay for you to, and I don't mean to be so difficult, but it's okay for you to lie, steal, cheat. It's okay for you to do this. It's okay for you to kill your unborn children. It's okay for you to have homosexual sex. Those things are okay. Well, that's not true. It's not true according to the law of God. It's not true according to the natural law that's written into our heart. But can we invent a God that will tell us it's okay? Is that possible? Say, yes, Father Mike, of course. Just look around. Well, that is exactly the case with Baal. Baal was the God that told the people they could do whatever they want. Just worship me. My brothers and sisters, the same battle that the nation of Israel had with the false gods that surround them is raging today. Jesus Christ did not come to do away with the law. He came to fulfill it and to perfect it. Now, we're not saved by the law. We are saved by God's grace. But when God's grace dwells in us, then we want to follow the commandments of God. So we pray today that we know, love, serve, follow the real God, the God of Elijah, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, the God of Jesus Christ, the God of the natural law, written into our hearts.